This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and fart. We keeping the foot on the whoop. Oh, digs. We keeping the foot on the whoop. Oh, digs. And like the Tibetan master that I am, I'm applying what? On immediate pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. When it's all said and done, we have to ask ourselves an underlying question and an underlying truth. And what is that, folks? That the bigger picture situation here, the bigger picture dichotomy here is that Floyd Mayweather is going to dismantle Logan Paul. Floyd Mayweather is basically showcasing to you guys via sharp boxing skills that he's here to dominate like nobody's business. Floyd Mayweather represents TBE. The conversation piece in that is the best ever. The best to ever do it. When we look at Floyd, we see a guy that pushes himself to what's called greatness personification. And last time we checked, greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. Floyd Mayweather is basically going to teach Logan Paul a cardinal rule in boxing. See, there are people that talk about the black movement, and there are people that actually showcase the black movement via action. Floyd Mayweather showcases it via action because of the lynching that Nate Robinson got by the hand of Jake Paul. This was the reason why Floyd took the Logan Paul fight. Black people, black community fan bases, boxing thereof, they don't understand that. They don't get that cardinal rule. They don't understand that universal ideology that when it's all said and done, black athletes in general are basically oppressed, especially at the Floyd Mayweather level, especially at the highest of the heights level, especially at the TBE level. The level of polarization, the level of scrutiny, the level of criticism, the level of critique, the level of basically Floyd has to deal with adversity is second to none. Floyd Mayweather is a guy that's often misunderstood. A prophet is not honored in his own home, but those whom they've rejected became the chief cornerstone. It's just like He Knows Everything. He Knows Everything is not a prophet that's honored in his own home, but it's always those whom rejected He Knows Everything. He Knows Everything becomes the chief cornerstone. And you want to know why he becomes the chief cornerstone? Because in He Knows Everything's breakdown, his mental breakdown, his planful breakdown, the way that he's able to explain the situation in front of you, He Knows Everything shows an emphatic point. You guys want to know what the emphatic point is? He Knows Everything reveals to you guys the systemic issues that's associated with boxing, the systemic issues that's associated with how black fighters, black people in general are treated. Black personalities are treated. Look at the level of polarization that a He Knows Everything deals with. It's Floyd Mayweather-esque. It's Michael Jordan-esque. It's Kobe Bryant-esque. And you know why? Because of authenticity and consistency. The number one and the number two things that folks, even in our race, struggle with is authenticity and consistency. Floyd Mayweather has showcased greatness of authenticity and consistency at the highest levels. People shied him for that. People compare the Devin Haney's of the world to a Floyd Mayweather. And it's interesting because people that were criticizing previously Devin Haney all of a sudden see that Devin Haney is this guy that's a transform us more than meets the eyes. This is the problem with fight fans. They accept mediocrity. They accept whatever standard that's in front of them. And I get it. You want to see fights happen. But don't compare levels. Floyd Mayweather is a mental sharp fighter. He's mentally sharp. Devin Haney is not a Floyd Mayweather. Devin Haney had potential to be a carbon copy. But he didn't fall his ass up on the Floyd Mayweather. He didn't bend the proverbial fucking knee. And he didn't kiss the ring while he was at it. Floyd took advantage of his moments with Pernell Whitaker to the T. Devin Haney's not doing this because Devin Haney doesn't understand that in order for you to increase, you must first decrease. Increase requires decrease first. You must decrease in order to increase. This is a cardinal rule in life. This is a cardinal rule when it's associated with everything that has to do with greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. This is a cardinal rule that has to deal with basically going through the pivotal moments in life, going through pivotal junctures, going through basically what we would say ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Why am I saying all of this? This is what Floyd is even dealing with Logan Paul. When you have black fighters that used to fight like a Timothy Bradley that knows better, you would think he would support the boxer. He's saying, man, I don't know, man. Floyd may potentially lose. This guy's a YouTuber. He's not a professional. How's Floyd going to lose that fight? Floyd is too sharp. The only person who showcased alpha-like personality more than anybody else was Nonito Donaire's wife when she said, these YouTubers don't get it. Floyd is a professional with the level of skill set he has, even if he's lost a step or two. He's trained to do things a certain way that it's a foregone conclusion that this fight will even be a challenge. But she's cognizant of understanding that. She's cognizant of knowing that. But people in Floyd Mayweather's own black community fan base believe that Logan Paul may have a puncher's chance. Logan Paul has no chance. It was just like when Floyd fought the Japanese boxer slash MMA artist slash kickboxer, you want to name it. He has no chance because this is the GOAT. This is TBE, the guy that's in the best shape. Floyd is actually in better shape for this fight than he was against Conor McGregor. So that means that Logan Paul's going to get put to sleep. Floyd guaranteed a sleep. So he's going to get a sleep. Let me say it again. Floyd guaranteed a sleep. So he's going to get a sleep. Because when it's all said and done, Floyd has to put your ass to sleep. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. But when we sit here and look at the delineation, the distinction in the golf that's associated with Floyd Money Mayweather, and we look at everything that's associated with everything else, Floyd is a guy that's often misunderstood. But this is prevalent of it being lonely at the top. This is where this terminology comes from. It's lonely at the top. Because when it's lonely at the top, it is exactly what it is. It's lonely at the top. But as an alpha male, you got to be okay with being lonely at the top. Because alpha males at the highest levels, they don't mind their own company. They don't mind being with themselves. You come into this world yourself, you leave yourself. Let me say it again. You come into this world yourself, you leave yourself. So you better get used to your own company. You better be comfortable with your own company, and you better be willing to deal with your own company. Because when it's all said and done, that's the most alpha thing you can do. Establish yourself and get yourself with your own company. Floyd basically created the moniker of, what is it? Self-preservation is the law of the land. And if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? So when it's all said and done, this is what life is all about. This is what everything that's associated with TBE is all about. The best ever. This is everything that's associated with He Knows Everything's all about. Attack polarization that you receive with authenticity and consistency. And in doing that, unlimited pressure is applied, and those whom they've rejected becomes what? The chief cornerstone. I keeps the foot on the what? Yeeks. I keeps the foot on the what? Yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.